Always a pleasure when this guy stops by. Bobby, appreciate the time, man. How are you?
Good to be here, brother.
All right, so the game you guys had on your air in the high school football showcase on Saturday, I think Wagner showed what you've been saying for a couple weeks now, and pretty much throughout the offseason, that look out for the Thunderbirds, especially with that drop down in classification.
They probably would have been a playoff contender in their old 6A district. Young team last year against a lot of great competition. Talent, a lot of talent. Tobias Weaver is getting looked at by the service academies as an option quarterback. He's super talented. They have a little bit of a different style of offense that you don't see as much anymore, and then they have the players to run it. And I think they've sent a message to the rest of the district and probably the rest of the region with their demolition of Sam Houston last Saturday night. I think they're a really good team, and I think they have a chance to be a regional champion if they can continue to get better.
Any other game from this past weekend that kind of caught your eye, that in some way, shape, or form made you take notice?
Madison beating Smithson Valley. Yeah. I guess that was a bit of surprise. I mean, I think Madison has been was projected to be a playoff team out of their district, and they are certainly talented. They had lost their first two games, and then, of course, Smithson Valley missed their second game because of weather, and I'm wondering if the Rangers maybe had some rust, but Smithson Valley's 0-2 at this point of the season, headed into district play, and I don't think a lot of us saw that one coming.
Right. Yeah, and because it's Smithson Valley, they kind of, to me, are like the local Patriots, if you will. Like, you fully expect they're going to be fine. But, yeah, 0-2, kind of a little bit jarring. And, of course, if you're wondering, 0-2, we're 3 weeks in. Well, they had the game against Pflugerville-Hendrickson, which was canceled because of the lightning. We begin to look ahead now. You guys have a great game on your air, the high school football showcase right here on KCWX, Saturday night, 7 o'clock kick.
Right.
Brandeis, and tell us about that game you see with Clark coming up on Saturday.
Well, Brandeis missed the playoffs last year, and that's a rarity. But David Branscombe is in his second year with the program. They had some injuries last year that may have led to them not making the playoffs last year, but we have a budding superstar developing there at Brandeis. Jordan Battles, remember the name, quarterback. He's just a sophomore, a true dual-threat quarterback. So I think good things are ahead. Plus, they're really good up front. You know, I think the tougher part of their schedule is still yet to come. But if they win against Clark on Saturday night, they'll be 4-0 and in first place in district. So things are looking good for Brandeis.
Can't let you go without asking you about the monster matchup between Judson and Steele. I think a lot of folks will favor Judson going in. But Steele is Steele.
Right.
And we've seen them bounce back. Your assessment looking in and looking forward to that ball game.
Well, historically, Steele has dominated the series. It is a great rivalry, and most of the games have been close, but Steele's won 7 of them. Judson's won 1. Last year was the first time Judson ever beat Steele. So I think that's something that monkeys off the back, so to speak, for Judson. They're going to be really determined to keep that going and win 2 straight. Judson had the week off against, they didn't really have it off, but it got canceled against Harlingen. So you wonder if Judson has a little bit of rust because they didn't play last week. Mike Chandler's a very talented quarterback, but he does need reps with the offense. And so if Judson comes in rusty or half-stepping or whatever, they could be in trouble. And Steele's, of course, they want to take the crown back. Judson took it away from them last year, and so did Smithson Valley, and Steele wants it back. So I expect a very strong performance by the Knights as well.
It is the best kind of rivalry. They're by each other, and they're both always very good. There's always something to play for. And maybe now we're looking at a rivalry that's not going to be so lopsided with Judson now maybe turning the corner in terms of when they go head-to-head. Bobby, appreciate the time, man.
All right,
we'll see you next week.
All right, for sure.
You're watching Sports2Nite, San Antonio's only nightly 30-minute sportscast with exclusive sports coverage you won't find anywhere else.